Shane Brandon McMahon was born on January 15, 1970 in Gaithersburg, Maryland, to Vince and Linda McMahon. He grew up in a family that was involved in wrestling. That Shane began working in WWE at the age of 15, filling their warehouse with merchandise orders, although he started his own career on the screen as a referee under the name Shane Steven. In 1988, he was the referee for the inaugural Royal Rumble match and also the first one to work out and greet the audience as a performer at WrestleMania VI. But he wanted more than being a referee, so he left that and took on the role of a backstage official at WrestleMania VIII. After a series of backstage commentaries, in 1998 he made his first appearance as a regular on-air character and was one of the main WWF executives that negotiated with Mike Tyson at a time when Tyson was heavily hyped to be involved in WrestleMania. At the same time, his father had a feud with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Shane became part of the on-air feud and stayed on a long time, joining the other forces against his father several times. Shane became a color commentator on Sunday Night Heat, which he did along with Jim Cornette and Kevin Kelly. He did not stay long on that role. In 1999, he left Heat and became one of the major members of the Corporation Angle, which won the European Championship that year from X-Pac. Not desiring to give away his title, Shane retired with the aim of being undefeated champion, but Mideon found the title in Shane's duffel bag and reactivated it. His father, meanwhile, had engaged in a series of fights with those in a feud with him at WrestleMania. Thereafter, Vince briefly made his second face run, giving Shane the reins of the corporation to control. Shane joined forces with The Undertaker and the Ministry of Darkness to form the Corporate Ministry. At the same time, he was enraged with Test, who was in a relationship with Stephanie, Shane's sister, and Shane disapproved of the relationship, stating that Stephanie went below the family standard, leading to a feud between Shane and Test. Shane then challenged Test to a love her or leave her match at SummerSlam, with the agreement that should Shane win the match, Test would break up with Stephanie, and should he lose, he would give his blessing to them. The blessing did come as Test won, hence settling the difference between them. The feud between Shane and his father Vince was on and off, and in 2001, Shane had his third face run, feuding with his father after his father cheated on Shane's mother in an affair with Trish Stratus, even spitting Shane's mother Linda and demanding to divorce her. It then coincided that World Championship Wrestling was sold to World Wrestling Federation a week before Shane and his father Vince fought their match at WrestleMania X7. Shane won the match and purchased WCW, both of which were a shock to Vince. After purchasing WCW, Shane began to lead his wrestlers against his father and WWF wrestlers. He also joined forces with Paul Heyman with his brand of Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW wrestlers, along with his sister Stephanie. They called themselves the Alliance with the sole aim of running the father and the WWF out of business. They called for a match with a team between the Alliance and the WWF, but the Alliance comprising of Shane, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kurt Angle, Booker T, and Rob Van Dam lost to WWF team of The Undertaker, The Rock, Kane, Chris Jericho, and Big Show. Vince publicly fired both of his children, Shane and Stephanie, the following night on Raw, and Shane would not be seen on television for the next 2 years. 2 years later, he appeared on an episode of SmackDown before he appeared on WrestleMania X9. He got involved in a feud with Eric Bischoff, who made improper comments about Shane's mother. Shane turned face in 2003 and defeated Eric in a street fight at SummerSlam. Shane again got into a feud with Kane, who gifted Shane's mother a tombstone piledriver because she did not call out his name as the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. This time, Shane lost the match to defend his mother at the Last Man Standing and ambulance match. On an episode of 2016 Raw, Shane returned as a face of WWE for the first time in 7 years with the sole aim of taking control of Raw, but Vince instead placed him in a Hell of a Cell match at WrestleMania 32 against The Undertaker, and Shane was defeated by Undertaker. But the defeat did not stop Shane from taking control of Raw for a month. Before then, Vince announced that both Shane and Stephanie would co-manage and joint control WWE, with Shane being the storyteller commissioner of the SmackDown brand, while his sister the commissioner of Raw. Shane became WWE Executive Vice President of Global Media and helped launch the WWE website. He also became a major part of the decision-making process of WWE. A deal was brokered in 2006 between Shane and Carl DeMarco, WWE Canada President, and South America to allow South America television stations air Raw and SmackDown. 2 years later, he finalized another deal in Mexico to allow WWE programs air on two Mexico's biggest television networks. In October 16, 2009, Shane announced his resignation from his position as the WWE Executive Vice President of Global Media, though he still remains a minority owner of WWE with 2% share in the company. Shane, however, resumed working with WWE as a producer in the later part of 2019. Beside a life of wrestling, Shane is also the CEO of China Broadband Incorporated and was once the CEO of You On Demand, which is the first video on demand and pay-per-view service in China, but remains as the executive vice chairman on the board of directors. He's also a member of the board of directors for International Sports Management and partly owns the Indian Larry motorcycle shop in Brooklyn, New York. He was named one of Detail magazine's 50 most powerful men under 42 in 2006 and remains the fourth-generation wrestling promoter of the McMahon family, who had a net worth of $35 million. Shane had 3 sons and his wife, Marisa Mazzola. Thank you very much for watching our videos. We'll appreciate it if you subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends. We love you.